Welcome to Storytime with Mrs. Noe.
Today I'm going to read a book for you that was written and illustrated by Steven Kellogg. Steven Kellogg is an American author and illustrator, and some of the books he's most well known for that he both wrote and illustrated are a lot of books based on American tall tales. He's got a Paul Bunyan book, a Pecos Bill book, Johnny Appleseed book, but he's also been an illustrator for some other authors. And two of my best memories with Steven Kellogg from when I was younger is the first one is the book The Day Jimmy's Boa Ate the Wash, and he was an illustrator on that book. And there's a couple of Jimmy's Boa books, but that one in particular, Jimmy's class is going on a field trip to a farm, and it just so happens that Jimmy's pet boa constrictor takes a ride on the bus with them and ends up at the farm. And it's all about how this boa constrictor is going through the farm on their field trip. The teacher's in a tizzy, and it's just super hilarious. And I remember my parents reading that to me as a kid, and it's just a book that I've always loved. And then my other memory with Steven Kellogg's books is watching Reading Rainbow. So some of you kiddos, your parents will remember that show. And LeVar Burton reading some Steven Kellogg books on there, and you just saw the pictures and heard his voice reading those books. And once you have seen the illustrations that Steven Kellogg does, you'll always know that he's the illustrator on a book when you see them, because his drawings are just so iconic, I think. There's never a question. If I see a cover, I can tell you in a heartbeat that, oh, Steven Kellogg drew those. So while I'm reading this and while you're listening, pay close attention to his pictures, because that's where he throws his humor in the little details in his pictures. So as I'm reading, just look for funny little images and things that he adds just to make the story funny. Can I Keep Him? Story and pictures by Steven Kellogg. Mom, I found this dog sitting all by himself. Can I keep him? No, Arnold, dogs are too noisy. He would bark all the time and annoy Mr. and Mrs. Van Doon next door. Take him back where you found him. I found a lost kitten wandering in the street. Can I keep him? No, Arnold, your grandma is allergic to cat fur. If we kept it, she couldn't visit anymore. Take him back where you found him. And please, don't bring any more cats and dogs into the house. I found a shy fawn at the edge of the forest. He can't bark, and he doesn't have cat fur. Can I keep him? No, dear. Fawns grow up to be wild bucks. They have sharp hoofs and antlers. In 1 week, our rugs and furniture would be cut to bits. A funny little bear fell off a circus train. He wasn't hurt, and I brought him home. He can't bark. He has bear fur, and he has no hoofs. Can I keep him? No, dear. Bears have a disagreeable odor. The house will smell like a circus train. At the zoo, Sweet Sally had 3 cubs. The zookeeper said that the zoo only needs 2 more tigers, so he gave me one for a pet. He can't bark. He has tiger fur. His paws are soft, and he smells nice. Can I keep him? No, dear. Tigers grow up to have terrible appetites. They eat enormous amounts of food, and sometimes they eat people. We could never afford to feed a tiger. A snake man at the carnival ran a contest to see who could guess how much the python weighs. I guessed right, and first prize was the snake. He makes no noise, and he has no fur. He has no hoofs. He smells sweet, and he can go for a month without food. Can I keep him? No, dear. Pythons are untidy reptiles. They slither around and shed their scaly skins all over the house. The skins clog the vacuum cleaner. In Alaska, I saw a scientist shipping a dinosaur out of the ice. When the dinosaur defrosted, he was still alive. The museum didn't want a live dinosaur, so I brought him home. He doesn't bark. He has no fur. He has big soft feet. He doesn't shed. Alaska? When were you ever in Alaska? And who ever heard of a dinosaur for a pet? But I'm lonely. Will you play with me? I'd like to, Arnold, but I'm busy. Why don't you run outside and play on the swing, or ride your bike, or dig in the sandbox? He just moved in down the street. He doesn't bark. He has no fur. He has no hoofs. He smells like us. He doesn't eat much. He doesn't shed. His name is Ralph, and he says he'll be my friend. Can I keep him? No, dear, you can't keep him, but he may be your friend, and stay and play this afternoon. Now, go outside, and please, no more questions about animals. The end. I hope you enjoyed this book. It always makes me giggle a little bit thinking about this little boy who keeps asking these questions. And I really hope you had time to look at the pictures as I was reading it. If you didn't, I encourage you to go back and take a look at them again, because Steven Kellogg adds little details into each picture, from signs that neighbors are holding up or people peeking through windows, things like that in each of the pictures. So I hope you take a chance to go back and look at those. Until next time, bye.